And Peru's currency has plummeted after leftist cabinet members were sworn in. They were appointed by the new president, Pedro Castillo, who has pledged to redistribute the country's wealth. Let's go back to our guest that we tried to talk to a little earlier here on this half hour of World News. He is Javier Faje. He joins us from London. Javier, apologies for the technical issues 5-10 minutes ago now. You were explaining to me and to our audience what the problem is as far as the money markets are concerned and why this new government/cabinet is raising eyebrows.
The problem at the moment is that there's no economy minister. All cabinet ministers, apart from justice and economy, have been sworn in, but no economy minister. That has created certain uncertainty in the markets, as you explained very clearly at the beginning of the report. The local currency has plummeted in relation to the dollar, and the stock markets closed 3% low today because there's uncertainty about who is going to run the economy in Mr. Castillo's government. Now, the rumor was that Pedro Franque, who's been his economy advisor until now, was going to be the economy minister, but nobody seems to know whether he's actually going to take the position. He had calmed the markets before, but after the election, he had met the private sector saying we are not going to have max expropriations, we are not going to take any money from anybody. But he has not turned up at the moment, and we don't really know who is going to be running the economy in Peru at the moment. That is the problem. What they're saying in Peru at the moment is that the most radical elements of Peru Libre, Free Peru, the party under whom Mr. Castillo ran as president, have been putting pressure on him to try to find somebody more radical to the left to run the economy. That would be very worrying in terms of how the private sector perceives the new government. Now, after they try to calm the markets, try to calm the private sector and say that everything is going to be fine, that they shouldn't expect any mass expropriations, now the uncertainty is back, and that is affecting very seriously an economy which is suffering already as a result of COVID-19.
OK, so Javier, just to pause you for a second there, about 30 seconds ago, you used the word radical twice. Does that mean that the political classes in the country, the chattering classes, the security apparatus that predates Mr. Castillo in the top job, do they feel as an ongoing concept perfectly comfortable with him in that position? Because sometimes in Latin America, you know, the relationship between new presidents, new prime ministers, new governments and the security structure, the security apparatus can be slightly combustible. Absolutely. In Peru, that is not a problem at the moment. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Astudillo, he resigned 5 days ago, and the rumors were that he was against Mr. Castillo's, inauguration. That is not true. It's been clarified that he was due to retire in October, and he just wanted to leave earlier than usual. Mr. Castillo cannot be recognized as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, which is his title as president, until a new chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is appointed. So at the moment, in terms of security forces, that is calm. He participated today in the military parade, which is traditional around this time of Independence Day, but he had to leave early. So he had to travel to the north of Peru, which is what there was a big earthquake, and he wanted to talk to the people there. So in terms of the security forces, that's not a problem. It's the elites who are worried about it. The Lima elite, the capital, where most middle classes, upper middle classes are worried that that Mr. Castillo is going to take away everything they have achieved, which is actually not the case. However, okay.
Mr. Castillo.
Okay.
Yes.
Javier, we must move on. We've got other stories that we must cover here on Al Jazeera. Thank you so much for your time, though. Javier Faje talking to us from London.